Make no mistake, the shit is real as Joe. We follow the killer's code. When we come for you, tell me where will you go? Nowhere to run high, to find you in silence you scream. And even if you kill me, I'll still be in your fucking dreams. You ain't a killer.
What up, what up, what up? Serial Assassin here, and I got another commentary and gameplay. The message on the screen is the message I got after the game you're about to see, and here is my simple reply to Vamos. I didn't camp. At times I may have been a little campy, but I sure as hell didn't camp, and I wasn't trying to get my kill streaks. I was running specialists, and yes, I can sometimes be an ass, so I do apologize. But this is the gameplay. Unfortunately, we lost. I was running with my GayCR and a 3-bar, and a 3-bar will negate a overpowered gun any day of the week. But yeah, so that's the gameplay in the background. And the topic today is sort of a personal one, you know. And my son last night gave me the idea for this because I went outside to smoke with my fiance. And my son came out, and he, it was a little chilly, so he curled up on the seat next to me and tucked his head down and cuddled up with me. And then he stuck his head up and goes, "Dad, you always beat your children, and you always beat your wife. How does it feel knowing that you always beat your family?" And I looked at him, and I just started cracking up laughing because the comment sounded like I'm an abusive father and abusive spouse. And I thought it was kind of funny, but what he was referring to is we just got done playing a card game known as 313. And me and my fiance play this all the time. And, sometimes I'll play with my kids. But, I don't lose very much. I'm a typical alpha male. I am very competitive. And I try to win it all at all the times. I never cheat, but I'm ultra competitive. Like, my goal when I play any kind of competition type game, scenario, whatever, is I'm trying to win. Like, winning is what I value most, but at the same time, so is, fair sportsmanship. And, if I lose graciously. I congratulate them, because to me, losing isn't the worst thing that can happen, because when you lose, you learn something. Whether you made a mistake, you tried a technique, or, you did something that you thought was going to work and it didn't work out, you learn from your mistakes. You learn from your losses. So that's always a good lesson. But yeah, damn right, it feels good to win. And, on that note, last night, I left work a couple hours early, and I drove over an hour to go watch my 14-year-old son play in his second football game. I was unable to make the first one, but I wanted to be there to see his game. And I drove over an hour to see him play because it was an away game. And I got there, and I sat through the entire game to watch him run 5 plays. This is his first year playing high school football. And he is a little lazy in practice. I mean, he's a very good football player, but he's a little lazy in practice. And for his age, he's a little undersized. So I understand him not being a starter, but I know he has the heart and the athletics to be a good football player. And hopefully his body will catch up and his skill will still be there, and he'll be successful in that. But I'm always telling him that you can't give up. It may be discouraging that your coach doesn't see what you're capable of, but, you got to show that in practice. And he's like Allen Iverson, where it's like, practice. We're talking about practice here? But yeah, you have to practice. I mean, practice is what prepares you for a game. You practice 5 days a week to play 2 hours on a weekend. So in that practice is where you show your coaches, and you fine-tune your skills. But he has a problem with practicing. He doesn't give 100% in practice. He gives 110% in the game, but he never gives 100% in practice. But anyway, I'm sliding off topic. Anyway, so I'm very competitive. So whenever I play with my fiance or my boys or whatever, my goal is to win. And it's the same in video games. When I sit down to play a game, whether I do well or not, the objective, the win, is my goal. So this is just another gameplay, and that's it's kind of convoluted because, yes, I love the win and I love to enjoy doing what I do, but at the same time, like, I know winning's not everything, but I'm ultra competitive, so yeah, I want to win. So it was just funny that my son was like, "You always beat your family," and it sounded like I was abusive. So I thought that was a funny topic, and I had to speed up this gameplay a little bit because it was almost a 12-minute gameplay, and I know that speeding it up may look like at the times that I was quote-unquote camping for a moment or two trying to wait for something, it may look like I camped less, but, I will admit there were some times that I was camping a certain area because I figured that's where they were spawning, that's where they're going to be rushing, and I was waiting for them to come. And after, 5, 10, maybe 15 seconds, and they didn't come, I moved on. I went on to play the objective. I'm not a camper in any stretch of the means, and even there are times that I try to quote-unquote camp for, a better gameplay, I start to fall asleep. It's just boring. I mean, I don't know how anybody can play a video game and be so worried about stats that they just camp in a certain area. It takes the fun out of it for me. And like I said, I get it. I understand why people do it. I don't find it fun. I don't know how you could find it fun. But I guess at the end of the game, if you went, 28-2 or whatever, and you had that nice KD, you can pat yourself in the back and say you had a good game. But to me, just as much about winning is how you play the game. If you play like, it's ultra conservative and safe and, it's not fun, you're just worried about, the goal, and you're not having fun doing what you're doing, that destroys the purpose of doing anything. When I was a youth, I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood, and being a scrawny little white boy, it was hard at times, especially because I love to play basketball. And usually I was the only white boy on the court when we were playing basketball. And we played a lot of rough and a lot of 3-on-3 and a half court. And, I never backed down. I always drove the lane. And, some games I was dead on. My shots would fall. I could drive the lane and just mystify my defenders. But it's about how you play the game. I never was cheap. I never, fouled excessively hard because I was upset. I played the game, because cheating and winning or playing dirty and winning, you don't earn respect. Playing the game, with your heart and, having that integrity of your game it earns more respect. And people will respect you more if you play the game properly and in a manner that is respectful. So, I mean, that's just my mentality of life. And I understand younger folks, you haven't learned this yet. It comes with experience. But, sometimes you got to understand that playing the game right and winning feels so much better than playing the game wrong and winning, or playing the shady or dirty or whatever. And to me, camping and just worrying about kills, that's shady gameplay. And to me, it's not very honorable. I don't care if you go 200-0. To me, it's not honorable and it's not fair. So, but in this gameplay, I was running on a 3-bar the whole game, and on PS3, that's like, playing with one hand. But I think I did fairly well, and we could have won this game. We really could have. But some of my members, some of my teammates backed out toward the end, and, that sort of was the last nail in the coffin. But, yeah, I don't beat my family. I'm not abusive at all, neither verbally or, physically. My kids love me. My fiance loves me. We're very happy most of the time when, life doesn't rear its ugly head. But I thought it was just a funny comment, and I thought it would make a great commentary. So, as always, thank you for listening. I hope if you're still listening, you click that like button because maybe I deserve it. Click the sub button if you want some more, and there's a couple videos on the screen if you want to check out some of my other content. As always, I love you. Thank you for the support, and I'm out. Peace!